What's up, guys? Adapark here, and today we are going to continue our series on leadership traits. Now, before we get into that, I do want to take a second and apologize to you, my viewer, those of you that are watching this video and hopefully, past videos and future videos, that I missed my Friday deadline. So if you guys haven't noticed, and maybe you have, I have been trying to upload or at least publish a video on Tuesdays and Thursdays. At least those 2 days. And the goal with that was to provide to you consistent content because I do want to grow this channel. I do want to address the raid issues and guild issues and leadership issues and rating issues that you guys are having. And that's what I want to encourage. And I have not been consistent. At least I missed Friday. Other than that, I've been consistent. Hopefully you guys have seen that. Reason why, or at least, reason/excuse, was that this weekend we had a guild meetup, which I do want to discuss in a different video because I think that it was a blast. I had a ton of fun. And I think that it's something that we should definitely talk about. But I knew guild meetup, packing and getting ready, and having the appropriate amount of sleep to drive the hours that I did drive and, be presentable. There was no way I was going to be able to create a video and get all this done within that time frame. So I do apologize. I just want to let you guys know what's going on. Now, with that being said, I do want to talk about something else. When we are doing these videos on leadership traits, and I've said to you guys before that these are what the Marine Corps define as characteristics, as traits that you as a leader should strive to develop. I know initially, if you go back and look at my very first video that I posted to the channel, I tell you guys, or at least share with you guys, why I go back to the Marine Corps. However, maybe you haven't watched that video. Maybe you're new to the channel. Maybe you just haven't gotten around to it. Maybe you see that the quality of it was hopefully pretty shitty, truth be told, compared to what you're watching today and what you're hearing today. So I want to just kind of cover it real quick. The reason why I fall back on the Marine Corps is very specific. I served in the Marine Corps active duty for 4 years. I was in the reserve for 4 years. And that's exactly why. I learned a whole hell of a lot, which is pretty much the basis for this channel, at least a good chunk of it. And that is why when I talk about Marine Corps traits and Marine Corps stories and the way, it's because that is me. So if you guys are wondering, I've got a couple of you guys that have mentioned both good. Hey, it's really cool. Some military folks, some veterans. And then I've had a couple of people that have said, you know what? Stop talking about it. Well, that's part of the channel. So with all that being said, let's talk about what the Marine Corps define as characteristics, as traits that you as a leader should be striving to develop and then maintain. These are things that if you are in a leadership position, let's say guild leader, or you are a very senior officer, and maybe you watched my video last week and you talked to your guild leader approached you and you guys decided, you guys agreed, you need to promote let's hypothetically say, a third leader. So you have guild leader, very senior officer, and then that new guy. Well, you as a senior, educated, experienced officer, leader, maybe want to help develop these characteristics within that new guy. Or maybe you are in a position where you want to step into a raiding leading role. You want to step into a guild leader role. Or you just, for whatever reason, things have fallen into place and you are unable to, be part of a guild and you want to run your own pug. And this is the way you want to do it and you want to be a good leader. You want to be a good raid leader. These are things that you should be striving to maintain and develop all the time. Every single day. Now, with that whole spiel being done, today let's talk about bearing. Now, bearing is how you present yourself and carry yourself and how people see you. So we've talked a lot in this channel about how you present yourself, how you talk to people, the things that you say, the way you address people. And the reason for that is, truth be told, let's flip it around for a second. You have a raider. You and I are part of a guild. And we have a raid leader, an officer, the guild leader, whatever it may be. And they are unpredictable in, their ability to make it to the raid, their ability to maintain DPS or fill a certain role. Maybe some days they just suck at healing, or they just suck at being, at DPSing, Or maybe they're unpredictable in their mannerisms, their attitude, the way they run things. Maybe today it's with an iron fist and, nobody's getting away with anything. And then the next raid, they really don't care. And it's cool to play around and nobody cares. And, there's no control and it's chaos. It's anarchy. And how does that make you feel as a raider? This person that isn't projecting confidence, that isn't projecting control within the raid group, that is not projecting predictability. Well, it's demoralizing. Why would you want to be around this guild? This raid isn't going anywhere. It's very concerning. Again, this raid, this guild, this group isn't going anywhere. And as a leader, that's not acceptable, man. That's complete crap. That is not how you carry yourself. There is, if we look at the military in general or any organization, it does, even the private sector, you look at, some fancy corporate business where the leaders project themselves a whole hell of a lot different than the workers, right? Like, the enlisted personnel wear completely different uniforms than officers. And, when I go to work and the CEO is around, well, he's in a nice suit. I'm wearing a collared shirt and jeans because I have shit I gotta do, right? Even as a low-level manager myself in the private sector, there's a complete different world. And it's all about presence. It's all about how you present yourself. So, why is this so important? Why do we even care about it? Well, we've talked about the importance of a lot of things. One is consistency. If you are consistent and people know what they are going to get, they know what to give. So if they know that that at X time that raid invites are going out and this is how the raid is going to be and these are how many tries I get before I'm sat, or, if I'm performing poorly, this is what's going to happen. I know what I'm to expect. So I know if I'm standing in fire and I'm just playing shitty at mechanics tonight and I cannot, my fingers aren't working right or my head's not in the right, mindset. I know that me as a guild leader, me as a raid leader, I'm going to give you a couple of chances and then we're going to sit you or we're going to pull you aside. Go, look, man, you're standing, you're dying an awful lot. You're standing in fire. What's the deal? Like, either fix it or sit. And as a raider, you know what you're going to get because your leaders are presenting themselves consistently the same way. They are presenting confidence and control within your raid group. And you as a leader need to make sure that you are presenting yourself as confident, that you are sure that while we may not kill it this time, that we're going to make progress, that we won't get it to 80%, we're going to get it to 70%. And we need to understand the mechanics and let's figure this out. And when you as a leader see that things are not getting done, whether it be, like I said, people standing in fire, people playing around, people just simply not doing anything, not getting the job done, that you exert that control and you show the raid, you show the guild, I'm in control. And I'm not saying, blow up and yell at people or kick people out, but there is a time where you go, hey, look, here's the deal, or you pull people aside, whatever the circumstances, situation may warrant. That's what you're going to do, but you are in control of that group. And you need to make sure that you are presenting yourself as alert at all times, that you know what's going on, that you know not only what capabilities the raid has, and like I've mentioned before, my group is generally, DPS-wise, amazing, healing-wise, amazing, tanking, decent, I'll throw myself, I'm not going to toot my own horn here. Mechanically, though, we could make some adjustments. I know that because I understand and I'm always watching what's going on. You need to present yourself as alert and make your raid understand. You have eyes everywhere, that you know what's going on. You need to make sure that your raiders understand and are shown that you know what's going on, that you aren't afraid to call things out and to fix issues. You need to show your raiders that you are confident and competent and calm. Now, confidence is, like I said, we may not kill this boss the next pull, but, last pull we wiped it 80%. we're going to continue on and we're going to get past that. We're going to see the third phase or the fourth phase or this mechanic, and we're going to fine tune it and adjust it, not adjustment. And you need to show that you are competent to your raid consistently every single raid night, that you are able to pull high DPS, or you're able to properly tank, or you are able to, heal and make calls and, call outs and do things that you as a leader need to do. And you also need to display that you are calm. Now, again, I'm not saying that there aren't times where you need to raise your voice. There aren't times where you need to exert control, whether it be making adjustments or getting a little bit meaner. I'm not saying don't do that. In fact, I encourage it. But if your raid is completely afraid of screwing up, if your raid, and you guys have maybe seen it, where you've gotten into a pug and you've joined Discord or Ventrilo or whatever, and the raid leader after 1 or 2 wipes just blows up and starts yelling and cussing, that raid's not going anywhere. They might clear things, but they're going to burn out, man. And that you need to display to your raiders, to your group, that you are ready to handle any and everything that is thrown your way. So again, let's look at it from the raider perspective. You have a raid leader that is not confident, and they're going, you know what, guys, we could probably kill it tonight. Like, just keep trying, guys. Ooh, that's not good. Or a raid leader that is not competent, maybe in raid leading or maybe within their role. They're super low DPS, and they're not making callouts, and they're not making adjustments. Or they're blowing up all the time. 1 minute they're perfectly happy, and the next minute they're yelling and cussing and cursing and saying insults and whatnot. Or they're not able to handle things that are coming their way. And I've talked to you guys about this, where I had a guild leader, a raid leader, who if there was any deviation from a perfect execution of an encounter, if one person died and we had to battle res them, or the tank slightly moved, a mob this way or it moved that way, he couldn't understand it. Like, he lived and died by DBM, and he could not make these adjustments or call outs, and it was excruciating. You need to present yourself as capable in all of these things, because your display, your presence, the things and the way that you carry yourself are what give your raiders the confidence and the competence, where they go, you know what? This dude knows what he's talking about, and he's doing good numbers. He may be high up there. He may be middle of the pack, but he's not the low end. He understands what's going on, and he's able to calmly and effectively control the group. So I'm going to do my best to be competent, because I want to keep up with him. And I'm confident because he knows we're going to kill it tonight. We're killing this boss tonight. And he's calm, so I'm calm. We can work through things. And he is able to handle everything. He's able to make call-outs. So I'm going to be able to give him information and input, and then we're going to make call-outs. And then you kill bosses, and you get loot, and everybody's happy. So with all that being said, guys, hopefully you like what I'm saying here. If you do, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Both of those things encourage me a great deal, more than you guys understand, to make this content. Now, if you did not like this content, that's cool too. Hit the thumbs down button. It hurts, but I would much rather prefer that you tell me in the comment section below what you do and do not like. And until next time, guys, I'll see you.